Thank you very much. It's a brand new Tuesday, the 8th of August 2023. We are coming to you live from Football House, that is the Gambia Football Federation here in Kanifing. Today we are going to look into the successes and the challenges of our domestic competition, and that we call it review. Come to this most important platform here in the Gambia Football Federation for staging yet another successful, without hindrance and interruption, of a new domestic season 2022-2023 season. And with me,
morning to viewers, once again platform, yes, for being the, and also we would like to extend our congratulations to Falcons and Fortune. Definitely we can say we have 99.9% of it done. The fixtures we are not changed. There is not much changing unless the Gambia is playing. The senior national team is playing.
That's understandable.
That's the time we change, do some changes, and then Balo were informed in earnest that this is going to happen, and also 11 plus.
11 plus, exactly.
11 plus also.
11 plus has been with us since last season.
Yes. But this season also, we did not change the fixtures, of which they were having constant streaming of our matches, of which also add value. Every week we got receive calls for us to send the link where they will watch these matches, of which we send it to various WhatsApp forum for them to access the link to play.
Absolutely. But also thanks to social media, a lot of people have been following us on our social media platforms, and of course thank you to all of us, the communications department most particularly. But that's our job. We don't credit ourselves for that. That is what we pride ourselves for, to making sure that people everywhere, a lot of people are following us. How do you rate the attendance or the followership of our league?
Okay, Bibi, I think yes, we have to commend everybody who make the league successful, especially the GFF media team and other social media personnel who were just, they are freelancers.
Absolutely.
But they were, they were posting our matches, or they were reposting what we from our page, and then they reposted to their various pages. Because also it gives viewership to the people, and then people start to, what we are yearning for is just gradually coming. And people have to take ownership of the league.
Absolutely.
The government has to take ownership of the league. They have is the national league. We have to pride ourselves of watching the league. So gradually people are coming. People are just social media. They are just reporting, they are postings our scores, our matches, which is good for the league. I think the more we sell our product, it's our product. The league is our product.
Yes.
The more we sell it, the more people watch it on social media. The more they are aware, the more they will have followers that will watch our games.
Thank you very much. We have a lot of story to tell, all about the successes, but also there are challenges, which I would come to later on. I know one of the most important successes has been the appearance of our security as far as our games are concerned. But now that I have Mr. Alaji Baji, our security manager here at the Secretariat, Baji also serves as secretary to the security subcommittee. You are also in the events management committee. In the recent past, you returned from Mali, I think Mali, on the security seminar organized by CAF. General rating of this year's domestic league 2022-2023 vis-a-vis security aspect of it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
By security.
Yes.
We have seen that previously, in the previous seasons, there were matches which were not covered by the security, sometimes for lack of communication.
Yes.
Or because they have national duty, they have standby, so they could not have been able to attend or cover those matches. But for this past season, I can say 99.9% all the matches have been covered.
Your rating, just as personally rated?
Honestly, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So in essence, it's the most successful league?
It's the most successful league. Under Bibi,
yes.
I must thank the chief executive. I must also thank the chairman of the organizing committee.
Mr. Fai.
Because everything operates under his umbrella.
Yes, yes, yes.
And I must also thank the IGP.
Oh, Inspector General.
Yeah, he is the one, he always grants approval to our security request.
Okay, now that allows me to now go straight into the specifics. Yeah. What is the role of the security in our league?
Okay, maybe with FIFA or CAF or our leagues, safety and security cannot be
compromised.
No match, there is no match without security.
Yes, that's a fact.
Yeah, because there is no match without security. This is why we have to be there. We have to.
It's no longer the olden days where you match finishes and security, everybody goes to protect the referee.
And we must make sure that we are there. Yes.
Regarding security, still now, under your purview, what do you do? What mechanisms do you do to be able to request for security presence? How do you go about that?
Okay, first, I liaise with the
Director
department.
Yes.
For security assistance.
Okay, okay.
That is the process. I write to the, IGP.
Yes.
And then IGP, as I said, always granted, approval to our requests. And then he would also inform.
He's our friend, huh? The IGP.
It's one of our best.
Mr. Ablai Sanya, Inspector General Ablai Sanya.
Exactly. Yes. Very important part.
Yes, yes. Because you have a team in our league, so yes. Yes. You're right.
He will be responsible for all the deployments.
So it's a process.
It's a process.
Okay.
So that every venue.
Yes.
For every venue we send security.
In all the venues where we play.
All the venues where we play our leagues, from Jara Soma to
Basori.
I don't know,
yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
All those matches have been covered.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. So you have to formalize in writing to the Inspector General of Police,
and he would
requesting for
approve
tag the
request. Yes. Of course, I'll have to mention this in the letter.
Yes.
But of course, the evidence is there. That is the fixture.
Yes.
So they will look at the fixture and then write.
Playoff finals in Jarasoma. I think slated for the 16th in Jarasoma. Now, when we complete that, we'll cap off the league season, new season, 2023-2024. How do you do that?
Thank you, Bibi. As you said, the league, yes, football league has come to an end. We've crowned our champions, both first and second division, male and female. But we are yet to cap up, as you said, because we have two important qualifiers that are yet to take place. Though the championship for the Greater Banjul area for promotion to second division is done, kickstart tomorrow, and then it's between Dabo FC. And then Fatoto Women's Football Club to the upper
the regional
one.
Yeah, in Jarasoma.
In Jarasoma. The four regions the champions of the four regions will meet, and then one will qualify. After we've played all these two important playoffs, then we'll cap up, that will cap off the 2022-2023 season.
Yep.
Now we'll then start to work for 2023-2024 season. As you said, immediately we got the names of the teams that are qualified. Then we start the process of drawing it, and we start to draw the fixtures. And then we draw the draft fixtures, share it among ourselves. The competition department will review it with Mr. Fai, of course.
September,
October, November. Before November, at least latest October, we want to release the fixture so that everybody will know that this
in
is
advance.
In advance that this is what to do, because we have a formula that we make our fixtures.
Exactly.
Difficult is the grounds that will be available to us. But for this season, we anticipating to get Manjai done and Serekunda East.
Okay,
Will be add up to
we'll add up to the grounds.
To the grounds that we'll be using.
We have the existing grounds: Brikama, Yundum, Basori, Banjul. So we have Manjai, Bakau, and also Serekunda East.
Yes. So you'll see at least we have 2 more grounds that will be added up.
That's great.
Then you see that will at least give us some leverage, because looking at last season, teams will play today and just maybe 2-3 days.
Yes.
The 4th day you play.
They play again.
So possibly this time around it will diffuse a little bit, breathing space. Because also last season we start late, but this season we're going to start in November.
Okay.
The league will kick-start in November. Then we review it, and then get the grounds. If we're sure that we're going to get this ground, then we'll fit the grounds, and then we wait for the final fixtures.
Now, as part of the general overview, what contribution does the grounds or the venues make up to the success of the league?
Maybe the last season, these two contributed a lot to the success of the league.
The grounds.
The grounds and the ball.
That's right.
Because for the balls, last stop.
Yes. It continues. Yes, continuously.
So the good ball and the good grounds also contributed to the success of the league.
The league. That's right. We will come to another important aspect of the success, but also some challenges posed to it, that is match officials. But let me slightly turn to Baji. You've explained in detail as to how you make requests for the acquisition of security.
Exactly.
But what number do you normally request? Or is it depending on the situation, as the situation dictates it?
At the beginning of the season,
Yes.
I recommended for 20.
20?
20 personnel.
I hope that's not small.
Even that is small.
It's small.
But
Yes.
it has to do with financial muscle of the GFF.
Oh,
we discussed this
okay,
and
yeah.
we came to an agreement. Because with 20, it would have been...
Right amongst the...
No, in fact, I'm not sending 20. This number has to come down to 10. 10 security officers.
You mean 10 in each ground or?
On each ground, yes.
Okay.
10 at each ground.
Yes.
No. Every other time, for all the matches, we have 10. We send 10.
Okay. So how are they transported to the grounds? How do they move from their stations to the grounds?
That is a challenge.
And from the grounds back to their respective stations?
That is a challenge, honestly. Because you see these, the PIU officers,
yes,
they are the people that normally cover. They don't have vehicles of their own in their camps, at their camps.
Oh, really?
That would have made life easy for all of us.
Yes.
So what we did was to hire transports from the garage.
From the garage?
And this is where the challenge is. Because these are taxi drivers. A good number for this side, these are transport that are running flying between Serekunda and Bakau.
Yes, Carniving area.
So they try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Okay.
You understand what I mean?
I see, yes.
So sometimes, before they arrive at the camp, it's late.
Yes.
Because of their late arrival, the securities become late. Sometimes that happens. And also, it also has to do with their feeding at the camp.
Feeding?
Yeah.
Who feeds them, by the way?
No, they are fed at their camp.
At their camp?
The government is responsible for that.
Meaning they only move after lunch?
After lunch. And before this lunch is ready, it's almost 3 o'clock.
And they need to eat first?
And they need to eat first before they leave at the grounds. Yeah. These are some of the challenges.
Perfect. So, is there...
The refund fares. Because most of them are not living at the camp.
Oh, yes.
So at the end of the month, they need to go back to Brikama,
their respective,
the camp.
Or some, yes.
It is their area,
yes.
So they normally cover Basori.
Okay. Now the transport reimbursement in the success of the league, the match officials.
Yeah, Bibi, I think let me just, okay, I'll come back to that. The success of our league,
Secretariat.
the secretariat, yeah, because at the competition department we have people who have specific responsibilities to make sure
it's also there. Oh,
that's
okay.
his responsibility.
That's why every time Sinera is copying and copying.
That's his responsibility.
Yes.
Then the other one is James Ndour.
Yes.
He is the competition. Yes. He does the fixtures. He makes sure he monitors the fixtures.
Yes.
Where are we going to play? When are we going to play?
Yeah.
And then he will look at the registration of all the players. He's responsible. That's his responsibility.
Oh.
The other one is competition assistant technical, who is
Idrissa Jammeh, yes.
It is responsibility, among others, is to make sure every game that is played,
yes,
we receive the match forms. He do the statistics, who got the red card, who got the yellow card, and then he will inform James after the organizing committee took a decision, and James will write to those disciplinary actions to the persons responsible. Then he makes sure that all that it takes to make the match possible are in place, and then I'll be the final overseer of everything. I monitor and make sure that yes, everything is done. But
these guys are very organized, huh?
Very much organized.
Then the outside of the box is you get the teams.
Okay.
Because it's the teams, we schedule teams,
yes,
and then they go and so
they are interlinked.
They are interlinked. So all these people that I mentioned makes the games happen. But they are all important to make sure that these games happen. But key among these, the people I named, the match coordinator and the commissioner plays a greater part of it, especially the match coordinator. So all he has to do, the coordinator has to be on the ground an hour before to make sure that whatever scenario puts in place are there. If they are missing, he has to call them. Then after the commissioner, after he does all those things, he'll hand over to the commissioner. Then the commissioner will make sure that things are done right. He fact check.
He also has his form and everything.
And then
it's like a checklist.
Checklist. Then he will usher the teams to the ground to play. This is how it is done. So also
now the referee comes.
The referee comes into play. If they are in the pitch, that's why the referee also take charge. So the commissioner will be there, having his eye on whatever is happening. The coordinator will also be there, having their eyes on whatever is happening. They'll watch the game. But in the field of play, it is the referee.
Yes.
We have
this is the way CAF does things.
Exactly.
This is the way FIFA also does things.
Exactly.
So we are a semi-CAF.
Exactly.
Exactly. So this is how it is done. And then I don't.
Pasule will not agree.
The match commissioner and every other person in the competition department, with all of them on the ground, without security.
It's much earlier, but sometimes they have their constraints. That's why I do monitor games.
Yes.
When the league is on.
Yes.
Sometimes I'll be in the office up to 6, 7. Immediately, I'll be on the
sometimes
office
I see you
until
going
after
round,
the games are done. Then I'll go home because I'll sit in the office. Then I'll keep monitoring the grounds.
Yes.
Who plays where, and if they are secure. If the securities come late, I'll call him, and I ask, because first I'll call the venue. Is there security? Yes. Is there medical? Yes. Whosoever didn't come, I'll make sure I call that contact point, make sure that it happens. Security, yes. As he said, we are not in control of their lunch, because sometimes they will stay and have their lunch, especially if they're going to Yundum. Sometimes
any financial thing attached to the services that they carry.
Yes, Bibi, football is expensive. Looking at our, I'll quote the...
He's very correct.
I'll borrow the quotation of the president,
yes.
Mr. Baji. He said, competition is the Russian debt.
Russian debt, yeah.
Of the federation.
Absolutely.
So,
it's quite correct.
That's said and done. If you look at what we spent per match, it's nearly $6,000 to $7,000 per match.
And how many grounds do we have?
Let's say
the number of games.
Let's say a day In a week, we played 7 matches.
Next week, we'll bring the finance people here, and they will help us dissect all those facts.
We played 7 matches. Put aside at least to give them as transport reform.
Transport reform.
We give transport reform to the medics.
Yes. Transport reform.
We give transport reform to the medics.
Yes.
The commissioner, the coordinator, the referee came with 6, but maximum at least 5 has to be on the ground. The 4 stretcher players and 1 who coordinates that thing.
And amongst the
these community ambulances.
Okay.
To cover our game. Sometimes sometimes people will say there's a game that the ambulance is not available. No, ambulances are available, but sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mentioned some of the challenges. That is with 10 personnel. I think we should have more than 10 because yes.
Exactly.
Yes. If they know they cannot handle the situation, they don't even start. What they do is protect the officials, and these officials are not themselves, they cannot protect any other person. So don't rule that out.
Because I think you guys are already protected. You have your GRs and all that stuff. Nobody from outside the perimeter would come and so meaning they have to adjust. They have to adjust. The lateness doesn't come from us.
Yes.
They have to adjust.
The transport owners also have to adjust. But that is a very difficult part.
Okay.
Very difficult.
Okay. Now, when the security are already there on the ground, how do you? They have a head. They have a RSM. How's it called? Is it a sergeant commander?
Sometimes it's a corporal. Sometimes it's a sergeant.
It's a sergeant.
Sometimes SI. It depends.
Yeah, and who will now reposition them?
Yes. Okay. All that we need from them is to tell them what we want.
Because personally, you will remember there was a period when security, for example, at the stadium, when we centralized games there is a special chair for them, the bench, they will come, all of them will come there, sit there, and all of us become spectators. But I think that trend has now changed.
No, it cannot change. That trend cannot change. What happens is, those people that are sitting at the bench, they are in reserve, and they are senior officers.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
They are senior officers, and they will always communicate with the rest. If there is any need for them to deploy more at a particular date, they are the people to do that.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
And they will reserve some of them also. In case there is shortage somewhere, they will use those personnel to go and fill those gaps.
Okay. So which areas are they positioned? Are they strategic areas, or to say go to gate X, gate Y?
What they do is they divide them.
Now we go to the challenges. Behind any successful thing, there are, of course, challenges bound to happen, but we can try to overcome these challenges bit by bit. When we started the league, it has been a very long.
Definitely, but as we said, the challenges start before we even kick the ball, which is the registration.
Okay.
Because teams have to register. There are, in the rules and regulations, there are points were mentioned of how you should register a player.
Yes.
But most often, but not some teams, we want, especially when it comes to the challenges we have is when it comes to this clearance issue. Team A is not giving me my player X's clearance, and then the player will write to us, and then we have to make inquiries about the situation of the player, and then we send it to the player status committee for their advice, and then finally giving a clearance. Also, teams will send us, because we have mode of the communication mode is you send either WhatsApp, email, or the hard copy.
Okay.
But sometimes if they're sending, they don't send us the clearance, and then that's give us a problem, because normally most of the time we reject those ones, and then
exactly.
They will complain, no, we send it to you, but if you send me something that I cannot, is not readable, definitely it's not accepted.
Absolutely.
So we want the club. As I said, we promised that 2 grounds will be added to the ones that we're using, and then that will at least give us a leverage to have spread the matches more, and then we have less congested fixtures. And also starting the league this year early will also help us to have it, but that is a thing of the past now.
That is a thing of the past now. Now we have enough match balls.
Yes. Also, the challenge that we have, I think we are doing a review on.
Yes.
We will give it to the people to go and do the payment, but sometimes to receive
it's a challenge. I agree.
It's a challenge.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think we should all endeavor to
much challenges for last season. Yes,
it's a very successful season.
It was very successful
because there
with
is
all the problems that we face, but we
organized a seminar.
We organized a seminar. We trained commissioners and coordinators.
Exactly.
Here.
Yes.
And every league season before we start, we're going to have another one before the league starts. It's a refresher.
It's a refresher.
Every year
it widens up their knowledge.
The organizing committee will sit and then take a decision.
Exactly. It's a technical area.
It's a technical area. So if you don't write a good report or you write a report haphazardly, you give the organizing committee problem to take a decision.
Exactly.
So
because on this
you would be the lead trainer.
Safety and security. Yes. The securities that normally cover our games should also be trained on this safety and security.
How to control crowd.
Because once they know, then the job becomes easy.
Okay.
You know. Okay. But the little they know is the little that. It's only those who have the opportunity to go and cover matches. But if we have the opportunity.
I think, Pasule, as part of our CAMS project, the coaches, capacity building project, security is also added now.
So that's a blessing.
During the match, referees also will be trained to know how to come up with. Sometimes, there are things during the game. There are what we call match. To know what to do, not to spoil the game, because players will may want to spoil the game, but he has to know how to control or what to do to manage and complete the game. Referees also will be previously you just come and then go straight to the foot.
Exactly.
But they will train what
ways
to
of
do.
doing things.
Yeah, they will train what to do if a player is down. What if you come to the player, you know. Sometimes we blame securities a lot for these conflicts.
Yes.
So we want to for also crowd management. So this time we included security so that we can train them how to manage a crowd. Because if there are problems, not just you just jump and then start. So coaches will be trained at least so that they would know their roles and responsibility during the game. What I should do. If you are a coach. If you see, they need to be trained to tell them, to know how they should comport themselves. Exactly. The administrators, they need to know, because nowadays everybody in the Gambia or in the world now, everybody knows football because we watch La Liga and offside. The referee blew an offside. No, the offside. So we argue, what makes somebody to be on offside?
These things are very important.
He could not explain.
The
other one happens where the linesman was. So the linesman waved the flag. He said, no, the offside. But you need to talk fee. So you see, we want to educate people, at least let them know that people in like referees in the field.
These are technical areas.
Technical areas. Sometimes
you need to be technically competent to be able to understand.
They are human. They make errors.
Errors, yeah.
Error is human. But sometimes, I think we need to allow those people who are doing the technical job of within the game, we allow them to do their thing. That's why this camp pro training is very key. So if we train all these facets who are in because coaches and referees, they are all in the league. So if we have people who understands their roles and responsibility, I think we may not have, or we may not see those next season. We may not see that much problem that happens in the past.
Exactly.
So it will cope all those little problems or little misunderstanding that we have in the previous league. Come to this next league, you have this training. It will minimize. It will not erase everything, but it will minimize. We thought that it will minimize a lot, and then we'll have a more successful competitions to
Thank you. Yes, Baji. Yes.
Most big, for security.
You provoked this security team,
yes.
and now it's developing, you know.
It's developing.
Yes.
The beauty about it is,
yeah.
I mean, this CAMS project,
yeah.
is that the clubs, that is first division and second division clubs,
yes.
will now have the opportunity to appoint, each club will appoint a security personnel.
Really?
Yes.
So the man
and
has
this
to...
security, yeah, every club is supposed to appoint a security person, and he or she will be, his or her role will be to take, to be responsible of security matters, safety and security matters in the club. In the club? Yes.
Oh, he will be the attaché, exactly. Security attaché for the team.
And he will advise the club on safety and security matters.
Wow.
They play their roles in their clubs.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, we'll be continuing this review of the league. We are on vacation. Our boss Babakar Kamara is on leave. Ibrahim Suare is on leave. Amadou Oba is on leave. Mariama Bojang is on leave. So, so it's myself, Omar Toure, and Mariama Koma who are left here. But look, no sooner had they also resumed, we will also go on leave. Directing the program. My name is Bakari Bibalda. Thank you for following us. Until we come your way again next time.